because there is no way. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt.
Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries.
Arman's a very good fighter, but no one cares about him. You know what I mean? People just look at him and think, yeah, you're out to fight in Islam. You talk a big game, but you don't back it up.
He's going to have to go back to the drawing board. Doctors come out ahead of the best masseuse and the PI. They never said to him, you can't fight. He decided he's not going to fight. So basically, Arman, your pants.
With Gage, it's a good fight. He's a good striker. But he used to be wrestler, so now he strikes more. But I mean, it's good fight for me. All of them is good fight for me, so it's easy money.
Arman Tsarukyan isn't holding back as he takes aim at Ilia Topuria, calling him out for dodging a real fight and refusing to defend his title against the toughest challenge in the division. Arman Tsarukyan went on to remind Ilia Topuria that he is just following Jon Jones' route, taking a direct shot at him. The rising lightweight star isn't holding anything back lately. He's calling out the champ, accusing him of dodging a real challenge and making it clear that if Topuria won't give him the shot, he's ready to take the belt by force.
I'll send Topuria back to top 15 pound for pound. For me, it's easier to fight Topuria than Oliveira.
Wait,
for my style.
I don't understand that though. I don't understand that, Arman. Like, how can you say that?
Because I like to take down people, you know. When you take down Charles Oliveira, he still can like choke you or do some mission.
He almost had you. He almost had.
Yeah, but Topuria is gonna try to get up, and then you can like just go like 1,000 times to take him down because there is no problems on the ground.
Well, that Bryce Mitchell fight that you were speaking about, he won that fight by submission.
Maybe he's a good guy, but not the best fighter.
It's been a weird roller coaster ride in the UFC lightweight division over the past several months, and Tsarukyan has been right in the middle of it. Earlier this year, he was all set to face Islam Makhachev for the lightweight title at UFC 311. Everything was lined up for his big moment, but just one day before the fight, Arman had to pull out due to a back injury. That last-minute change shook things up, and things haven't been the same since.
The only person in the top 10 I can think of who's under 35 is Arman Tsarukyan. He's just a little posh boy who's had everything handed to him on a silver platter by his dad.
Do you think he actually got injured or no? Or what do you think happened?
No, he's a little. But you are, Arman.
I was confused too because yeah, we had him on the pod that week too and doing videos too with the Nina. It's like wrestling and shit.
Yeah, and then he was doing them videos where he flips forward on his neck and then he's saying that he's got a bad back in his head, didn't he? Because he got asked, didn't he, is Arman still number one? Right. He was like, no. Right. He's going to have to go back to the drawing board. Doctors come out ahead of the best masseuse and the PI. They never said to him, you can't fight. He decided he's not going to fight. So basically, Arman, pants.
Makhachev ended up vacating the title and moved up to welterweight. That left the lightweight belt up for grabs. Ilia Topuria stepped in, took on Charles Oliveira at UFC 317, and knocked him out to become the new champ. While all of that was happening, Tsarukyan was left on the sidelines, dealing with the injury and trying to find a way back into the title picture.
I had spoken with Islam, actually. He accused you of turning down maybe 3 or 4 chances to fight him. Is what he's saying true or false?
No, it was one time. The Darush pulled out and they were looking for someone. So I was there and like, you want to fight with Islam? I said, why I gotta fight with him? Oh, we're gonna pay good money, this, that. I said like, I'm not ready for this guy, you know. It was first time, and second time, it was this time, that's it, so.
So he exaggerated a little bit with 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4 times, yeah.
Now that he's healthy, Arman is pushing hard for his shot, but Topuria, he wants no part of it. In a live stream chat with the Nelk boys, Topuria made it loud and clear. He has zero interest in giving Tsarukyan a chance. He even said the UFC could take his belt if they tried to make the fight happen. His big reason, he just doesn't trust Arman to show up after the last withdrawal.
Listen. When you put so much effort in the game and you have a guy in front who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight, that's not something good for us. It's not on my back. Bro, I don't care. They're gonna give him a fight before the title shot because there is no way. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
Tsarukyan didn't let it go unnoticed. He fired back on social media, telling Topuria to stop pretending to be a champion if he's not going to defend the belt. In his words, Ilia could either vacate the title or Arman would come and take it himself. His message was clear. It's mine, one way or another. Taking to Twitter, he wrote, "Imagine calling yourself a champion, but you're already looking for a way out. You can vacate it or I'll take it. Either way, it's mine." But even though Arman is making all the noise, the UFC seems to be going in a different direction. UFC boss Dana White wasn't too happy with how things played out with the Makhachev fight. He's already said that Tsarukyan will have to earn his way back to another title shot, which means more fights before getting another chance.
Going back to the drawing board with Arman, kind of tell us about what that looks like. What are you going to kind of envision?
I don't know. He's not getting the title shot, so that means he's going to have to fight his way back to the title.
That puts Arman in a tough spot, especially since other fighters are already lining up for their shot at Topuria.
So if I felt that in any way, then I would be done here.
I want to be careful how I phrase this next question, because I don't want it to sound like I don't get this sense from you that you're like laying out this ultimatum of like, I get a title fight or I retire. And sometimes that's how people interpret it, or that's how it's like promoted. That's how people put it into headlines. But I guess my question to you is, and I know you're not really trying to think about it, but have you made peace with the possibility that you won't fight again? Like, do you feel like you've gone through that part of it?
I don't even want to entertain that conversation, because like I said, I have all the desire to compete. So if I felt that in any way, then I would be done here. I just want to, obviously from a biased perspective, be recognized as the most consistent and, one of the top guys in the world.
One of those fighters is Paddy Pimblett. Paddy's been in the mix for a while and has some personal beef with Topuria, which makes that matchup interesting from a marketing angle. Plus, Pimblett knows how to talk and sell fights, which the UFC loves. In a recent interview, he was asked who he'd want to fight if he doesn't get the title shot next. His answer was Justin Gaethje. Pimblett explained that while Tsarukyan is a good fighter, nobody really cares about him. He mentioned Arman pulling out of the Islam fight and said fans see him as someone who talks a big game, but doesn't show up when it matters. On the other hand, he said Gaethje is a legend and always delivers exciting fights, so that's the kind of opponent he wants.
There are other contenders as well. Are you having conversation with the UFC about maybe a Gaethje fight or maybe a Tsarukyan fight?
I'd fight anyone, as you know. I'm not asked. Just Arman's a very good fighter, but no one cares about him. You know what I mean? People just look at him and think, yeah, you yourself to fight in Islam. You talk a big game, but you don't back it up. But everyone knows Justin Gaethje's a banger. You know what I mean? Everyone knows that if you're fighting Justin Gaethje, you're gonna have a fight. So, and he's a legend. You know what I mean? Arman isn't. So I'd love to fight another legend than Justin Gaethje.
That obviously didn't sit well with Arman's camp. His manager Daniel Rubenstein clapped back right away, saying Paddy's just trying to avoid a fight he knows he might lose. According to him, Pimblett thinks he has a better shot against Gaethje, even though he's spinning it like it's about legacy and excitement. He shared Paddy's interview on Twitter, captioning, "Translation, I lose to Arman. I think I can beat Gaethje." While Tsarukyan's trying to get back into the title picture, he's keeping his options open. On the Overdogs podcast, he said he'd be fine taking on Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, or even Dan Hooker if that's what the UFC wants.
I mean, he's not. Nobody said he's getting the title shot.
Okay.
So they still figuring out who is fighting for the title, me, Gaethje, or Paddy. But I know if they gotta put me because I'm #1 contender right now.
Well, so where do you see? Obviously, ideally, you fight for the belt next. But if that doesn't happen, how do you see the chips falling? What's the most probable outcome you think they're gonna offer you next?
I mean, if it's not title fight, it's probably Gaethje.
Yeah.
Or Pimblett or Hooker. I don't know.
He believes all of those matchups are winnable and even called them easy money. He mentioned that a fight with Hooker might have some extra hype since there's some history between them.
With Gaethje, it's a good fight. He's a good striker, but he used to be wrestler, so now he strikes more. But I mean, it's good fight for me. All of them is good fight for me, so it's. easy money.
But what really got people talking was a video Arman posted recently. In it, he's literally chasing a duck, yelling, "Stop running, Ilia." The message was crystal clear. He's calling Topuria a duck for avoiding the fight. It was funny, clever, and definitely got the attention of fans. Arman even catches the duck at the end and holds it like a trophy, sending a playful message while keeping the pressure on.
Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries.
Topuria, though, doesn't think it's funny. He's been doubling down on his stance. On another podcast, he said he doesn't want to risk going through a full training camp only to have Arman pull out again. He mocked Arman's back injury excuse and said he doesn't care about it. In his eyes, Tsarukyan can't be trusted, and that's reason enough to avoid the matchup completely. He even said that if the UFC forced it, he'd rather give up his belt than fight him. That's how strongly he feels about it.
Tsarukyan es el más fácil de todos. Es mucho más fácil que Paddy, incluso te lo digo. Mucho más. Es que no sé ni qué nombre ponerle a él. Tú imagínate tener la oportunidad de pelear por el campeonato del mundo y cuando llega el día decir que te retiras porque te duele la espalda. O sea, no lo concibo, no lo puedo llegar a entender. ¿Sabes?
Ilia's comments make it pretty clear that right now, Tsarukyan isn't on his radar. He mentioned Gaethje and Pimblet as possible next opponents and said there's not even a conversation happening about Arman. That's a tough pill to swallow for someone who was once right at the doorstep of a title fight.
Seriously, who do you think you'll be, the UFC will give you next? I'm curious because there's a lot of guys.
I don't know. I think that they are going to try to push for Justin. This is what I think. Or maybe Patty. There's not even conversation about Arman.
And it's not just Topuria and Pimblet who are pushing back on Arman. Michael Chandler, another big name in the division, took a shot at him too. He posted on social media calling Tsarukyan a nothing burger of a fight. Chandler said nobody wants that matchup, not the fans, and definitely not the champ. According to him, this sport is about drawing attention, and Arman just doesn't do that. In his post, he wrote, "Tsarukyan, definitely not scared. Nobody wants that nothing burger of a fight, especially not the champ. Ilia realizes we are in the attention business. Nobody pays attention to the other guy." So now, Tsarukyan finds himself in a tricky situation. He knows he's one of the best in the division. He's confident in his skills, and he truly believes he should already be champion or at least next in line. But between Dana White's doubts, Topuria's mistrust, and the other big names crowding the title picture, he has to do a lot more than just ask for the fight.
Arman Tsarukyan weighing in as the backup. Is he getting back in the good graces with you?
You know, the guy had the opportunity to fight for a title and didn't make weight. You couldn't anything worse than that, but he proved now that he's not fighting for the title and he was here as a backup fighter, he made weight, so it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Still, Arman isn't slowing down. He's staying loud on social media, continuing to call out the champ and keeping himself in the conversation. The duck video might have been a joke, but it showed that he's willing to get creative if that's what it takes to force Topuria's hand. He's not backing down, and he's not letting people forget that he was supposed to be the next big thing.
So no big bets from your own pockets?
No, I can put the bets. I can put like a $500,000 if he beat me. If I beat him, he's gonna give me $500,000. So I can put it that.
Okay, so he's willing to make handshake bets.
If he wants to make that, so I'm down, and we can shake hand fight. If I lose, I'll give him $500,000. If I beat him, he's gonna give me.
At the end of the day, Tsarukyan just wants what he feels he earned, a fair shot at the belt. Whether it comes from fighting one of the other contenders first or finally getting Topuria to stop running, he's staying ready. He knows how close he was, and he's determined to get there again. One way or another, Arman Tsarukyan is coming for that title, and he's not going to stop until he gets it.
I said, what happened if I'm not gonna fight in June? Nothing, you're gonna fight at the end of this year for the title. So I said, okay, I'm good. Hopefully it's November in Madison Square Garden.
So yeah, the heat between Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria is getting real, and it doesn't look like it's cooling off anytime soon. Will Topuria keep dodging, or will the UFC finally make the fight fans really want to see? Either way, this lightweight drama is far from over. If you're loving the fire these fighters are bringing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ring Rivalry for more fight talk, call-outs, and behind-the-scenes drama. And also, drop a comment below. Who do you think takes it if Arman and Ilia finally square off? Let's talk about it.